Before we start, thanks for being here. Have a great holiday season and a Merry Christmas with your families. I'm sure nobody has any questions, right? There's nothing going on here. Is there anything going on? Can we just leave or okay? What do you got?
Biff, not a lot of opt-outs, and haven't seen any recruits or signees depart the program. You've managed to seem to hold everything together. What's kind of gone into that, and what's the tenor within the walls here?
Well, we have 3 guys opting out who are going in the NFL, and that's really it. And what's going on, what's going into it, what went into it, and what's keeping the guys on this current team here, and what's keeping the guys who are committed to us, is a lot of relationship building. I've had 8 Zoom calls with parents and even 1 Zoom call with the moms. So I think 2 Zoom calls, don't say 1, 2 Zoom calls with the moms. And it's just a lot of listening, a lot of talking to them, a lot of talking to the kids. And we've changed basically everything in the last, how many days, Dave? 10 or 10? Last 10 days, we've changed basically everything. Meetings are much shorter. Kids are out of the building faster. Practices are much shorter, but much more up-tempo, much more good versus good work. And you need to talk to them, but I think they're actually having fun playing football again. And I'm really proud of them, and I'm proud of the coaches that are here that have stayed here to do this. And I've gotten a lot of support from Ward, a tremendous amount of support from Ward and Doug. So, it's been a team effort, but it's been different. There's no, as I said in Orlando, there's no manual for this. I mean, I've never had to figure this one out, but very pleased with where we are and what's going on.
Stay on the left there, Clayton.
A lot of fans kind of wondering what Bryce's status is. Do you expect him to be here next season? Bryce Underwood.
Bryce?
Yeah.
Well, certainly hope so. I would hope so, yeah. I mean, you want to ask that question, you should probably ask him or his dad, or dad or mom, but he's not. I mean, we're focused on Texas right now. He's focused on Texas. Have you seen any film on Texas? No? Have you seen any? They got a bunch of monsters on their football team, right? So that's what we're focused on. That's what Bryce is focused on. We're not focused on who's going to go where next year. Hell, I might not even be here next year. You never know, right? So I'm not thinking about that.
Right here, Aaron.
Biff, in Orlando, you said that the team felt maybe betrayed by what happened 12 days ago. As the adult in the room, as someone, the coach, how did you feel about the whole situation?
That whole situation is dead to me. I'm not spending 1 second thinking about that nonsense.
On the left there with Anthony.
Biff, earlier this fall, you were asked about interest in maybe being a head coach again. Has this sparked any sort of interest in that regard, and is that an opportunity you'd like to have here?
It has sparked it. I've enjoyed this. It's been a great challenge, but it's nice being back as close to the kids as you are when you're doing this. I was working on the kids, but mostly babysitting other stuff. So yeah, it's been very, very nice.
We'll run right here to Austin.
Just to follow up on that, have you expressed a desire to be the next head coach here, and have you gotten a sense of whether you'll be considered for that?
I'm being considered. I've had multiple interviews, multiple conversations, and nobody knows what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I just appreciate being considered, and we'll see what happens.
We'll run to the right, Larry.
Is there anything that you did as a hedge fund manager that helps you with this job?
Yeah, when you're in business, every day is game day, right? You know practice days. And oftentimes things don't go the way your genius analysts from Harvard Business School tell you they're going to go. And so when that crisis happens, you better be nimble on your feet, and you better have a plan. And it's very much like football today. Football's different today. College football's different today than it was 2 years ago. And I don't mean a little different. I mean a 180-degree change. This is a job that now requires, this is the head, in my opinion, the head football coaching job at any school, especially big schools, is not a glorified gym teacher that happens to know a lot about football. You can hire that. You need CEO skills to run these things now. They're multi-billion-dollar valued corporations, and you need to have somebody that knows how to run them, somebody that knows how to keep them straight, and somebody that does not put the brand of the business in jeopardy. And that is paramount today. To me, it's got nothing to do with, you can hire coaches, put it that way.
In the back there, Charles?
Yeah, you mentioned making some changes in recent days if you were named the next head coach.
Did I mention that?
Yeah, you mentioned changing practice up a little bit.
Oh, I did.
What would you, if you were named the next head coach, what would you like the program to look like on and off the field?
Well, I would like an amazing blue Batman suit for me to wear and to the office every day. Now, look, we would go back. First of all, everything that happens in this building has to be reevaluated, quite frankly, because it is not up to standard. The staff has to be reevaluated, and I mean the coaches, I mean the analysts, I mean everybody in the building except Dave, but has to be evaluated. Our strength and conditioning, our nutrition, our medical, everything, because obviously it has been 5 years of, let's just call it what it is, a malfunctioning organization where there's something every year. And I know what the athletic director has made very clear, he doesn't want any more of that. And so if I am named the coach, which again, I don't know if I am, but there will be a massive self-examination of what happens in this building. And you can expect a lot of changes.
We'll go to the back right there, Angelique.
Biff, you mentioned a couple of things throughout this, but I wanted to go back to, you mentioned they're having fun again. When did it stop being fun? I've heard you mention this a couple times in your interview.
Well, I would ask you to ask them, but to me, and I think a lot of our coaches, it kind of stopped being fun. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. There was a lot of just not a comfortable. First of all, when you ask kids to be in the building for multiple hours, and for example, let's say you have 30 minutes of new insertions to teach, but you want to keep them in the building for an hour and a half because you just want to keep them in the building for an hour and a half. And if you have a 2 hour and 20-minute or half an hour practice scheduled, and there's a little bit of walking around going on there because you want them at practice for 2 hours and 20 minutes or half an hour, when you can really condense that practice into an hour and 30 minutes, it's not fun. They're not dumb. They get it. They get it. And we've changed that, and I mean, it has been, when you interview them, ask them, it's been a blast. I mean, it's been a blast for the coaches, it's been a blast for them. There's a lot, and the work has been outstanding. The level of practice has been outstanding. The concentration in meetings have been outstanding. So, I haven't played a game in a long time, so we'll see. And Texas obviously is, I mean, come on, we're all watching the CFP, and the fact that they're not in it and some other dudes are is like mind-numbing. But really, really excellent team. But our kids are going to show up and do the very best they can.
You mentioned reevaluating everything. I mean, is this a situation where you think the place needs to be essentially blown up?
No, I wouldn't say that. And I'm not talking about anything outside of this building. I'm just talking about this building, And And it's with every coaching change. Any new coach is going to want to examine everything in the building. And, you know, we sometimes a fresh look at things is always helpful. And I think in any organization, if you're not basically self-scouting, you know, in business, you need to do it every quarter because you report results. And if you're not doing it on a continuing basis, you're getting worse. Somebody is passing you.
In the front here, Ryan?
What have you been told about the timeline of the coaching search and when Michigan wants to have someone in place for as a full-time coach?
Well, Ward Manuel just spoke to the kids today. And, Dave, what did he say the timeline was going to be?
Still working through it?
Still working through it, but hopes to have something done by.
Through the Christmas holiday? Or after the Christmas holiday?
Yeah, I know he wants to have something done by the bowl game.
And when was the last time you spoke with Sharon and kind of the nature of that conversation?
I have not.
Go to the back right there, Dennis.
What's the offensive staff look like for the bowl game? Your offensive coordinator, your quarterback coach, you got some shuffling to do there?
Yeah. So we lost, as you know, Chip Lindsey. He went to Missouri, and we're happy for him. But Steve Casul is going to call it. Steve is a excellent football guy. Everybody's helping pick up the slack. But I love the game plan, by the way. The game plan on offense is really special.
Go to the back right, Wojo.
Biff, what do you view your role as right now? Is it just to get through this period? Is it to win one game? Is it to advise people? Is it to audition for the head coaching job? What do you view your role as right now?
I have one job right now, and that's what Ward told me to do, to love and care for the kids. That's it. And, you know, we do know something about football. I've probably been the head coach for 300 games in high school and college. Football's football. That's right now. It's not about winning a game. It's not about auditioning. It's not about anything. It's about focusing on these kids and their families. And that's it. That was my mandate, and that's what I'm trying to do every single day.
To be clear, though, you would like to be the head coach long term?
Absolutely. It's Michigan, right? Yeah.
Go here in the right, Tony.
Yeah, Biff, just sort of an overarching question. I mean, this coaching staff in the recent years has purported to be pretty close to one another. I just wonder how, given the nature of how this has blown up, how do you think it got to this point without more internal discussion, or if there was, just how did this get to where you are right now?
Did you say our coaching staff is close to one another?
Well, as you guys have all said to be close to one another. I just wonder how Sharon was able to be seemingly pretty brazen with what was going on and this.
I would tell you that everybody in this building would answer that question this way. We were shocked when Ward came in and told us what was going on. Shocked. And as far as being close, you know, I wouldn't say that exactly. Okay.
How long was the staff not close?
Excuse me?
How long would you say that the staff hasn't been close?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not saying we're not close. I'm just saying yours is a leading question about, you know, what did you know and when did you know it? And I'm telling you, we knew it when we were told. I was pulled out of a meeting. I had no idea what was going on. That's when we knew it. And by the way, there's some anger with the adults too, okay? So don't be lumping that in there. That's not right.
I have four more questions that we can go to, or four more individuals to ask questions. We're going to go on the left to Joel.
Yeah, Biff, but obviously when kids are looking to come here, there's a certain messaging and there's things that you tell them about why Michigan is the place for them to be. As you've had these conversations with the kids in recent days and the conversations with their parents, how has the messaging on both sides changed about why, even as you're saying there are things that need to be changed with this program, this is the place for them to be?
It's a really good question. these are hard talks. Okay, these are hard talks to have, because one thing you have to do with players and their families, the minute they think you're lying to them, it's over. And I believe that's why the portal is so big, and it's getting bigger every year, and it'll be bigger next year and the year after that and the year after that, because kids are told things and their families are told things that aren't true. So if I don't know an answer that is asked me from a kid or a parent, I'll tell them I don't know, and I'll do my best to find out. If I do know, I tell it to them whether I think they want to hear it or not. And, you know, look, let's face it, the kids that have been here 4 and 5 years with their families, there's been something kind of every year that's been, you know, messy. And I didn't think of that. And then one of the moms brought that up, you know, like every year there's been some issue. What are you going to say? No? You're going to say, yeah. And we're going to fix it. Whoever the next guy in this seat is his mandate is going to be to fix it. And you know, I feel very strongly about that. You got to be honest with them. You can't, if you discount what they say to you, this recruiting class and the kids that are on the team will be playing someplace else. And the way we've kept it together is contact. I've been calling the kids, the recruits, commits, calling them, Zooming with their parents, texting them, and the players the current players on the roster, I spend an enormous amount of time with them and their parents as far as Zooms. But the kids in person, parents and Zooms. But good question.
And the left there, Alejandro.
On a similar note, there is a transfer portal that opens on January 2nd. What are the conversations you're having with current players about that, given the uncertainty?
Well, here's the thing about the transfer portal. Everybody thinks it opens the 2nd. It doesn't. Deals are being done now, okay? They're being done now. So, you know, we'll know for sure who's in and where they're going on the 2nd, but not only with Michigan, but every school, a big school in the country, those deals are getting done right now.
All right, we're going to finish up with Aaron and Larry.
You mentioned 3 opt-outs for the bowl games. So I would assume Derek is one.
Did I not name them? No. There's a Derek, Jay Sean, 2 idiots that I coached, and Gio.
You expect any others?
I really don't. No, I do not. Because if you were going to opt out, you wouldn't go through. We just went through the last 10 days. I mean, we put them through their paces, and at least I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
What did you advise those guys? I mean, were those their decision? Did you talk to them about the choice?
Those 3?
Yeah.
No, I would never. I don't think it's a good idea for a coach to advise a player that's looking at a pro opportunity to come back. You know, your bodies have so many reps. Those guys, all 3 of those guys are high rep guys. They've played a lot of football. And, you know, what we do for them is get all the you know, the NFL evaluations on where they'd go in the draft, and then they can make an informed decision with their family. But I think it's dangerous if you try to get them to, you know, what do you get a guy to stay? I remember Jake Butt, right? You know, I was coaching on that team. Now, I'm not saying I convinced him to stay, but, you know, our son Henry played on that team, and Jake, that cost Jake a lot of money. So you got to let him go.
Last question, Larry.
What's the #1 reason you think Michigan should hire you?
Because I know what the hell I'm doing. I have a long 10-year history of knowledge of this place. This place is really important to me. My wife and I had one of our boys played here, Henry, and we have 2 daughters that most of you don't know about that graduated from here or are graduating, and this place has been great to them. One's a doctor, one's going to be a doctor, and Henry, talk about the power of Michigan, you all remember Henry, he's now an investment banker. This place is magical. And the program means a lot to me. And you know, it's one of the things It's one of the things I want to fix before I go smoke myself to death with cigars. It's one of the things I want to fix. I want to fix this program.